America's friends and foes unleashed fierce criticism on Wednesday ahead of Donald Trump's announcement recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital, which is expected at 1 p.m. Wednesday. But Trump is sticking to his guns, calling his decision an act of political courage. The president previewed a big announcement during a cabinet meeting, which he said concerns Israel and the Palestinians in the Middle East. And I think it's long overdue. Many presidents have said they want to do something, and they did do it. Whether it's through courage or they changed their mind, I can't tell you. But a lot of people have said we have to do something, and they did do it. A senior administration official said Tuesday that the president would also launch a long process of moving America's embassy there from Tel Aviv. The president believes this is a recognition of reality, the official said. While Israel welcomed the news, Palestinian officials declared the Mideast peace process finished, and Turkey announced it would host a meeting of Islamic nations next week to give Muslim countries' leaders an opportunity to coordinate a response. In Gaza, U.S. and Israeli flags were burned, and in the West Bank Hamas declared Friday a day of rage, raising the specter of mass violence in the occupied territories. Scroll down for video. Donald Trump will recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital on Wednesday and launch a process to move the U.S. embassy there, casting his decision as an act of political courage. In flames, in Gaza, Palestinians burned the U.S. and Israeli flags as Trump's announcement later on Wednesday was revealed. Palestinians burned a poster of Trump during a protest in Bethlehem, West Bank, on Tuesday in anticipation of the announcement. President Donald Trump will say Wednesday that the U.S. officially recognizes Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, and that the U.S. will begin the process of moving its embassy there from Tel Aviv. Benjamin Netanyahu was largely silent about the move, but his cabinet welcomed it. Rebukes spread. In Britain, Prime Minister Theresa May said she would challenge Trump, and at the Vatican Pope Francis said he was profoundly concerned and appealed that everyone respects the status quo of the city. More opprobrium, Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who met King Abdullah of Jordan on Tuesday, had called the move on Jerusalem a red line. His spokesman on Wednesday said it was a grave mistake that will virtually eliminate the fragile Middle East peace process. Israeli security forces braced for violence but said so far the situation was peaceful. The Pope made a plea for Trump to rethink urgently and spoke out at his weekly general audience in Rome. I make a heartfelt appeal so that all commit themselves to respecting the status quo of the city, in conformity with the pertinent resolutions of the United Nations, Pope Francis said. I pray to the Lord that its identity is preserved and strengthened for the benefit of the Holy Land, the Middle East and the whole world, and that wisdom and prudence prevail to prevent new elements of tension from being added to a global context already convulsed by so many cruel conflicts. Pope Francis. Jerusalem obviously should be part of the final settlement between the Israelis and the Palestinians, a negotiated settlement that we want to see.